After spending so many years studying fiction's greatest devices of destruction, it's about time we took a look at the most powerful weapons ever dreamed up.
Somebody say weapons!
Boomstick, you're not supposed to be in this top 10, it's mine. What happened to Nick?
Nothing!
Whatever, I'm Wiz and he's Boomstick.
And it's time for Screw Attack's Top 10 Most Destructive Weapons.
Number 10.
Everyone loves the impressively deadly weapons like lightsabers, giant mechs, and the BFGs, but let's start this off by skipping straight to some planet-busting action with the Little Doctor from Ender's Game.
Oh yeah, I saw this movie. The only thing I remember is they blew up a bunch of alien bugs at the end. Spoilers.
The Little Doctor, better known as the Molecular Disruption Device, created a genocidal event, wiping out the entire Formic species in mere seconds. According to the book, all that remained were disordered clumps of iron and dirt.
Beats using a fly swatter. And if we're starting with a weapon that erases an entire planet and turns a whole species extinct, I can't wait to see what's next.
Number 9.
First, there was the Death Star. Then there was another Death Star. And another. You know what? Star Wars has had a lot of world-destroying superweapons.
But we gotta pick one. How about the Darksaber? It's like a gigantic planet-breaking lightsaber in space.
The World Devastators are enormous ships with tractor beams so powerful they literally pull planets apart piece by piece. And the Galaxy Gun is an enormous cannon that shoots giant bullets. It can even target planets across the universe as its shots move at hyper speed.
Well, the obvious choice is Starkiller Base. It's a planet which sucks up a star and then fires the solar energy to blow up a bunch of other planets all at once. That's right, this thing eats stars and vomits death.
Thing is, all it took to take down Starkiller Base was a couple of X-Wings and a Wookiee with a few grenades.
Yeah, but all these Star Wars super weapons are like that.
Not all of them. There was one super weapon in the expanded Legends universe which could not be beaten. It's sharp enough to slice through a Star Destroyer and tough enough to survive a shot from the prototype Death Star. I'm talking about the Sun Crusher.
Oh, right, because who needs to blow up a planet when you can blow up entire stars, killing all the planets at once? And when the heroes tried to get rid of the Sun Crusher by dumping it into a star, it was totally fine. Plus, unlike every other super weapon, it's basically just a one-man fighter, which means I can have it all for myself.
So, which one are we putting on the list?
All of them. No, Nick can't stop us.
Number 8.
While you may think the Looney Tunes are nearly indestructible, there is one set of weapons which not even Daffy Duck could defend against. A brush and a pencil.
What, like you buy it at the store for writing and stuff?
Not quite. You really should brush up on your classic animation, Boomstick. In the original Duck-a-Muck cartoon, Daffy had a run-in with these abnormal artist utensils. But by the end of the short, he was utterly powerless to combat the tools, which erased and rewrote all of reality around him.
So it's like having the Reality Stone, but it controls the entire Looney Tunes universe. Sweet! If I had that, the possibilities would be limitless.
You know, Boomstick, you'd probably make a pretty good cartoon character.
Thanks.
Number 7.
If you're like Boomstick when you have a pest problem, you exterminate them with shotguns and flamethrowers. In other words, like a wuss.
What? Oh yeah, please, if you're so manly, how would you do it?
Well, I take inspiration from the Halo Ring Array and eradicate them all with an enormous burst of radiation.
I'll give you points for the effectiveness, but you're probably gonna get like cancer or something.
Maybe, but I'd bring them down with me. The Halo Array was a series of rings in space, each large enough to orbit other planets and have their own gravity. When all 7 of them were properly arranged, their destructive range could expand to over 3 times the size of the Milky Way. This is how the ancient Forerunner race defeated the Flood.
Which are basically alien super zombies, but turns out they're basically unstoppable.
So instead of designing the Halo rings to wipe out the Flood, the Forerunners built them to specifically annihilate the Flood's primary source of sustenance.
AKA every living thing except for the Flood. You want victory or death? Why not both?
Number 6.
Alright, take a look at this dinky little thing. Is it a lighter, a tape measure?
That Boomstick is the ultimate nullifier. a weapon capable of eliminating anything the wielder chooses.
Well, if I had that thing right now, I know what my first target would be. You, Wiz.
What the That's not in the script. Well, you should beware if the wielder's mind is too weak. The ultimate nullifier will destroy them instead.
Ah, my mind's plenty strong. I used to win headbutting contests all the time when I was a kid, and I've been learned lots of stuff.
Right. Well, a powerful enough mind, such as my own, could certainly use the ultimate nullifier. With it, I could effortlessly erase a whole timeline, even if it would normally violate the law of conservation of mass.
I don't know about your science laws, but if even Galactus is scared of this rinky-dink thing, then everyone else ought to be, or else they might get nullified. Ultimately.
Number 5.
Oh boy, this is the anime weapon I've been waiting for. The Colossal Mech, Granziboma.
Knowing you, I'm not surprised.
Imagine this thing and Gurren Lagann doing that across the universe, and that's pretty much what happened.
Like some weapons here, it can achieve near universal levels of destruction. Unlike most weapons here, it does so not with some magical properties, but with only its bare fists.
And easily too. G-Bomb was so huge and powerful, it could even do the Infinity Big Bang Storm attack. That's where it grabs 2 galaxies, 2 entire, literal galaxies, and smashes them together for a huge explosion. Talk about applause.
Perhaps this intergalactic rampage is the most satisfying to watch weapon on the list, but in terms of overall damage, we're only halfway done.
Number 4.
Fiction has found plenty of ways to create large-scale destruction. Lasers, bombs, golden gloves.
I wonder if that thing is on the list somewhere. But in the case of the Anihilaarg from Ben 10, it's just a little red button in a box.
Don't be fooled by the simplicity. The Anihilaarg is one of the most efficient destroyers ever conceived. Once that button is pressed, the entire universe is rapidly and mercilessly wiped out without a trace.
Could've used that one when my ex-wife took me to court.
You would have wiped out the whole universe over that?
She took pretty much everything else in the divorce, so why not get her back?
That seems awfully petty.
Her.
Number 3.
As a man of science and limitless creativity, I marvel at the mighty power of the Miracle Machine.
No, stupid, the Miracle Machine isn't Marvel, it's DC.
No,
I got it. The Miracle Machine is like a Green Lantern ring on steroids, crack, and whatever that super drug you invented was, Wiz. It can take anyone's thoughts and instantly turn them into reality.
While the Miracle Machine is here for mostly hypothetical reasons, Boomstick's words are entirely accurate. Almost anything, no matter how destructive, is possible if this device falls into the wrong hands.
So if I wanted to have a beer while watching the whole universe blow up except for my house, I totally could.
You have a house?
Yeah, it's a shack.
I thought you lived in like a trailer.
Nah,
Like half a trailer.
I built my house.
Oh, that's why it looks like a trailer.
That's all I ever dreamed of getting.
Anyway, that exact scenario has never played out, but in theory, yes. Thankfully, barely anyone knows of the Miracle Machine's existence, much less its whereabouts.
Oh, I'll find it someday. You know, the Miracle Machine sounds a lot like the Infinity Gauntlet, just without having to track down a bunch of rocks. Oh.
Number 2.
Alright, you all knew this one was gonna show up. The legendary Avenger killer called the Infinity Gauntlet.
Spoilers.
You know, Wiz, I don't feel so good.
This weapon is more than deserving of its now worldwide fame. Once the Gauntlet's owner finds and implants all 6 Infinity Gems into it, they can use it to command time, space, even reality itself.
But Thanos isn't the only one that held on to that golden oven mitt. In fact, some of the most destruction has happened when it belonged to other dudes. Adam Warlock literally juggled a solar system, Reed Richards destroyed a universe, heck, Nemesis killed 2 universes.
And that is what makes the Infinity Gauntlet such a devastating threat. Even compared to other weapons on this list, if the wielder is so inclined, it's not one universe that should tremble in fear, it's many universes.
Pretty tough to top something like that, but if anything could, it's this.
It's number 1.
We started this video with a weapon that could wipe out a planet. Others on this list can take out entire galaxies and even entire universes.
But this weapon's powerful enough to wipe out every multiverse in time and space. In Doctor Who, the evil trash cans called Daleks were so bent on being the masters of all existence that they dropped the #1 weapon, the reality bomb. And that's not just like dropping some harsh truth on a friend, like Wiz really needs to rethink his haircut. Oh no.
What?
Reality hurts, Wiz.
By drawing power from 26 planets and 1 moon, the reality bomb can destroy the electrical bond between all atoms everywhere to completely dismantle all matter as we know it, leaving behind only the Daleks themselves.
What were the Daleks gonna even do if they won?
Probably laugh maniacally to themselves for all eternity? I don't know, it's what I would do. Sure, it only works when it's on a specific rift in time-space, so it's not quite as portable as, say, the Infinity Gauntlet or even the Death Star. But when it's destroying literally everything that ever was, does it need to be portable?
God damn, they've really accomplished a lot for flying trash cans.
Although the large-scale attack was unsuccessful thanks to a certain Time Lord and his companions, the threat of the reality bomb is still completely unmatched. For our secret number 11, Star Trek's Genesis torpedo is the whole package in one weapon.
Hear me out on this one, Wiz. I'm thinking a rock under a slip and slide. Every child knows the pain of the rock on the slip and slide.
That was you?